Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan from ChartGuys.com. You know, behind every single video that we put out every single day, there's a wonderful community of traders that we want to invite you to be a part of. Try the free 7-day trial and gain access to our live market broadcasts every morning and afternoon, interact with hundreds of like-minded traders, or take part in one of our dedicated chat rooms, each led by an analyst that's there to answer your questions in real time. Our trial is risk-free with absolutely no commitment or credit card required to experience the TCG community. For those looking for a head start in technical analysis, check out our entries and exits course in the link below in the description. Get up to speed with the fundamentals of TCG technical analysis and experience over 5 hours of great community-driven trading education. Looking at YELP GWPH PCLN and Tesla, NVDA is with its buddies in the semiconductor video I did over the weekend here. So the YELP bulls are trying to show up now, a pretty strong end of the day, or end of the week I should say, and in an end of the day, close at the high of the day. So our new support is down at 35.09. The bulls want to hold that level going forward and look to see follow through to the upside. This is a potential healthy little period of consolidation after the big break to the upside, and now the bulls are looking for continuation. We have already broken the lower high pattern, and we're looking for follow through now. So we've got resistance at 35.70. Followed by 35.98, and the highest price we've seen on this move is 36.25. And we're also still watching the 100 and 200-day moving average resistances. Those are both lining up in the upper 3640s, certainly worth keeping an eye on as well. So the bulls have a bit of momentum here on the daily time frame the past 3 weeks, and we are looking for that to continue, especially if the S&P 500 strength continues as well. Weekly time frame for YELP, it's very clear that this middle Bollinger Band on the weekly is the level the bulls need to get over to see follow through to the upside. That's down at 36.16, and it's going to continue slowly dropping, and if the bulls can get over that level, it will be significant as it will lead to a bullish MACD cross on the weekly time frame as well. So checking in on GWPH, bears still in full control. Again, I'm not interested in GWPH on the daily time frame until the 100-day moving average becomes support after all these rejections. That's at 120.03, and we're still currently $7 below that level, so a lot of work for the bulls to do to even get back to that resistance level, let alone getting above it. Weekly time frame continues to reject from the weekly middle Bollinger Band. We have not seen 2 green weeks in a row here on GWPH since back in February, so it has been a long period controlled by the bears here, and we only have a couple supports level in the short term that are very important as well. 112, 110, and 107.10 are the must-hold levels for the bulls to keep this weekly longer-term uptrend intact. We have our high, low of the pullback at 107.20, or make that 107.10, lower high, and now the bulls need to form a higher low compared to that 107.10 level. I do like the potential for a bottom fishing play if we get closer to this 107.10 level, and we know to exit if it were to break, because that would then be a lower high and then a lower low. But if it is a higher low, we will just be staying in a prolonged equilibrium pattern, and we would look for some upside back into the upper 120s if the bulls can form a higher low and get over the weekly middle Bollinger Band and the daily 100-day moving average. So a lot of things need to line up for these bulls for this pattern to try and hold. So we're going to be skeptical of these bulls until they start to prove something to us on the short term. PCLN, new all-time high again. A bearish reversal candlestick. We need to be watching to see how this upper Bollinger Band rejects the price. Again, still extremely healthy. Higher low pattern intact for the bulls for about 7 days in a row now, and I'm looking at support of 1871 after 1897. If we break the low of Friday on Monday, we're then looking down at 1871 as the next support level. We also have 1891 as a previous resistance now support. That will be another level to be watching as well. So PCLN, nothing bearish to say at all on the weekly time frame. It is one of the strongest bulls that we've seen over the past week, and certainly just one little day of consolidation to wrap up the end of the week is not going to change that. Tesla on the daily time frame trying to recover from the dump on earnings. Pretty solid volume, pretty solid close. But I am still going to be looking for a lower high to form on this bounce. I'm looking for an equilibrium pattern, and whenever you see an earnings reaction, volatility and volume pick up, this is the most likely pattern, the equilibrium pattern, to follow after that. So we have a gap to fill at 310.45. I'm looking for a lower high to form compared to the all-time high in the 327s, and we're going to look for this pattern to tighten. We have our high, all-time high, the low of the dump, lower high, higher low. That's what I anticipate to happen. We're going to be watching to see if that is how it plays out. Bulls still have some gas in the tank to fill this gap and look for some follow through to start this next week. But again, I don't anticipate a new all-time high without having to consolidate in that tightening range for some time first. The weekly chart is a bearish reversal spinning top. Have to confirm it with another red week this coming week. And to confirm a bearish candlestick, we are going to have to see downside and a lower high form. So that's what we're going to be looking for, potentially scouting a bearish entry on Tesla. Although fighting these bulls and fighting the bulls in these markets, not ideal. I would rather find a bull to play when we have the S&P 500 on the brink of new all-time highs. So the Tesla bulls, I would rather either just play it short-term to the upside, watch for any weakness before hitting that all-time high. And I do believe weakness will be found around the 315 area. So we'll be watching that level. But I would rather not play it bearish. I would rather just give up on it bullish if we do see some weakness and then find another bullish play, as the market right now is not giving us any reason that we would want to be, playing bullish. We want to be going with the flow, with the current of the river, and that is bullish. So I appreciate you watching. We'll keep checking back in as always, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.